Have you ever stopped to think about the apps you use every day? TikTok, WeChat, Alibaba? You might be familiar with these names, but did you know that most of them come from China? From social media platforms that keep us connected to e-commerce giants that shape our shopping habits, Chinese apps have dominated the digital world. But there's more to the story. Behind these seemingly harmless apps lies a growing concern about data privacy, government surveillance, and national security. In today's video, we'll uncover the apps that originated in China, the risks they bring, the countries that have banned them, and how you can protect yourself from potential threats. Let's dive in. Let's start with a closer look at the Chinese apps you may already be using or hearing about, but don't fully understand the extent of their reach. WeChat, developed by Tencent, is a multifunctional messaging app. Beyond just text messages, it allows voice and video calls, payments, social networking, and even scheduling doctor appointments. It has become an essential part of life in China with over 1 billion active users. While it's a great convenience, it also raises major concerns due to its massive data collection and links to the Chinese government. Weibo, often referred to as the Twitter of China, is a social media platform where users post microblogs and interact with one another. While it's a space for content creation, it's heavily censored by the government. Sensitive topics like Taiwan and Xinjiang are often banned from the platform. Douyin is the Chinese counterpart of TikTok, developed by ByteDance. It's a short video platform where users create and share content, but it operates under strict censorship policies. TikTok, though much more relaxed in its content regulations globally, is still owned by ByteDance, and concerns about data privacy are significant. Next, let's talk about some Chinese e-commerce giants that have expanded far beyond China. Alibaba, founded by Jack Ma, is the backbone of e-commerce in China. With platforms like Taobao for consumer-to-consumer sales and Tmall for business-to-business transactions, Alibaba connects millions of buyers and sellers globally. As one of the largest e-commerce companies, it has transformed shopping habits, not just in China, but across the globe. Shopee, owned by Sea Group, operates in Southeast Asia and Taiwan, and though it's based in Singapore, it has deep connections to China. Tencent's involvement in the platform shows how China's tech companies are building dominance outside their borders. Shopee is reshaping the retail landscape in Southeast Asia. Lazada, another Alibaba-owned company, serves Southeast Asia. As the Amazon of the region, it provides a wide range of products, and much like Shopee, it's a massive player in the local e-commerce space. Alibaba's global reach is evident, especially with the stronghold it has on regional markets. While these Chinese apps have their flaws, they also offer several benefits. One of the major advantages of apps like WeChat and Xiaohongshu is the integration of multiple functions into one platform. Instead of juggling different apps, users can chat, shop, pay bills, and even book appointments all from one space. This kind of convenience has made Chinese apps indispensable in everyday life. Douyin and TikTok have opened doors for anyone to create viral content. Whether it's a catchy dance, a funny meme, or a serious message, these platforms have democratized creativity and allowed people to express themselves in unprecedented ways. Alibaba and its subsidiaries have expanded the global reach of Chinese-made products. Taobao and Tmall have brought Chinese goods to countries around the world, offering competitive pricing and a variety of products. For shoppers, this means greater access to unique items, often at lower prices. Platforms like Xiaohongshu combine social media with e-commerce, allowing users to shop based on real-life experiences and recommendations from friends and influencers. This makes shopping feel more personalized and connected. But there's a flip side to these apps. Let's dive into the national security and privacy risks. Chinese apps collect vast amounts of personal data. When you use WeChat or TikTok, the app can gather information like your location, device info, browsing habits, and even biometric data like facial recognition. While this can improve the user experience, it also means that your personal information is at risk. Under China's laws, companies are required to share data with the government when requested. This has led to fears that personal data from apps like WeChat and TikTok could be used for surveillance or even to track dissidents globally. There are concerns that this data could be leveraged for espionage or other security risks. Weibo and other platforms are heavily censored, Content that doesn't align with government policies can be removed, and users may even face legal repercussions for posting dissenting opinions. This kind of censorship is a tool for controlling narratives both within China and abroad. Cybersecurity experts have raised concerns about these apps' vulnerability to hacking. Because they store sensitive personal data, they're prime targets for cybercriminals. Data breaches could expose millions of users to identity theft or fraud. Because of these risks, several countries have taken steps to ban or restrict Chinese apps. In 2020, India banned 59 Chinese apps, including TikTok, citing national security and privacy concerns. The Indian government argued that these apps posed a threat to the country's sovereignty and integrity. The United States has made several attempts to ban TikTok and WeChat, with former President Trump even signing an executive order to try and restrict these apps. The concern was that user data could be accessed by the Chinese government, thus posing a national security risk. Australia has expressed concerns about Chinese apps like TikTok and WeChat. While a complete ban hasn't occurred yet, there have been calls for tighter regulations and scrutiny over how these apps manage user data. Pakistan temporarily banned TikTok in 2020, citing immoral content. While the focus was on content regulation, national security concerns about foreign apps have played a part in the discussions. So, how do these apps threaten national security? Chinese apps collect sensitive data that can be exploited for espionage, surveillance, or influence campaigns. This data includes your location, contacts, and even habits. This means foreign governments or corporations could gain access to personal and sensitive information. The more people use these platforms, the more targets there are for cybercriminals. Vulnerabilities in these apps could allow hackers to steal personal data or even manipulate content, leading to larger-scale national security threats. Social media platforms can be used for propaganda or to sway political decisions. In the case of Chinese apps, there's the potential for foreign influence, as seen in countries with significant user bases like the United States and India. Lastly, here's how you can protect yourself. Be mindful of the data you share. Disable unnecessary permissions like location tracking when it's not needed. Always use complex passwords, enable two-factor authentication, and monitor your accounts for unusual activity. Educate yourself on digital security and be cautious about what you share online. Avoid clicking on suspicious links or sharing sensitive information. Chinese apps are reshaping the digital landscape, but with it comes a heavy responsibility to protect our privacy. If you found this video informative, please like, subscribe, and comment below your thoughts on these apps. Do you feel the benefits outweigh the risks? Stay safe online, and I'll see you in the next video.